Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hive Doctor. Today, let's treat for mites. Got my gloves, respirator, oxalic acid things, and of course my vaporizer. We're gonna get this heating up, get it warmed up so we can go ahead and start treating. I got my cups here, that I use. I just keep do four colonies at a time. I like to set them out on the tops of the colonies, so just have them ready. So today I'm using this Easy Oxalic acid. I haven't used this particular brand before, or this method. I haven't even opened it, so in my mind I feel like it looks like a little puck. Let's see. Yeah, they do, like little tablets, but not the kind that you'd want to eat. Whew, I can already smell it. I'll open this up so you can see what they look like. So here's the brand I got. I got it from Dadant, as you can see right here on the label. And it's 50 of these little tablets here. And what I like is that it's already pre-measured into the amount that you got to use. I usually scoop the oxalic acid crystals into my vaporizer cups here. And you know, the measuring cup comes with that. But this, I just have this little tablet, so I'll go ahead and load my cups. I still got my vaporizer heating up here. 1, 2, go down the line here. Put the other two in and they're ready to go. I wear my gloves because this thing gets hot and I don't want to burn myself. These are my Apis tactical gloves that I really like. Most of you know that I use these quite a bit, even though I'm not a glove person. These kind of changed my mind because they look so cool. All right, so my generator, I listen to that to kind of indicate when I know this is ready, but there's also a readout on here. And this comes from the factory, already set to the temperature that it needs to operate at, which is somewhere around 240, although it can get hotter. And the way I do this is I've already got my tablet in the cup, so I turn my vaporizer over, fasten the lid down tight, put it in the hole I have here, flip it over, and now that tablet just fell down into the hot cup and it should start vaporizing pretty soon. Yeah, I already see it working. I can hear the bees. One thing I forgot was to put my slider in underneath my screen bottom board, so I'm going to grab some of those. And of course I do this to keep the vapors in. You want to do this before you actually start. While I'm running this, I just listen for my my generator. When I turn this over, my generator kicks on and starts reheating it, and my generator just let up, so I know that the treatment is done and it's back up to temperature, so I can take this out, and hopefully the puck is completely vaporized. Yep, there's nothing in it. That worked really well, so just gonna move on to the next one. Put that in, flip it over, let it do its thing. I usually carry a rag with me. This is my first treatment of the year. I didn't put everything in my vaporization kit yet, but I like to clean this out a little bit before I move on to the next colony that I use it for. And of course I usually put this on, but it's hard to talk with this on. Plus, there's not hardly any wind today. I haven't even smelled the vapors yet, so I'm doing good. By the way, if this is something you're interested in using, I got it linked in the description below to Amazon. So that's 2 down. I always remove that with my hive tool because, like I said, this gets hot. So right now it's early spring for me, North Georgia. This is one of the nicest days we've had so far this year, and it's a great time to treat for mites. I've got all 3 stages of brood, which means, you know, my oxalic acid is not going to affect the mites that are in the capped brood. So I'll come back, and I have a pretty aggressive mite treatment program that I run. I've tried different things, and I found this one to be the most effective for me and my bees. So I'll treat today, I'll come back in 4 days, do it again, 4 days from then, do it again, until I've covered about 20 something days. And what I'm looking at there, my reasoning is because the drone brood takes that many days to fully cycle through and mature and develop, so that all the mites in the capped brood are exposed to my vaporization, and I get the highest mite kill that I can. And doing this early in the year, in the spring, I like to do a full treatment like I just described. There's very little brood in the colony right now, so in other words, like it's the most effective time to vaporize, because I hit more mites. There's not as many mites. They haven't really built up yet. They seem to peak their own population in the summertime. So I'm trying to get that mite count as low as I can at what I consider a manageable level for my bees to still be productive. By the way, these holes that I have in my bottom boards to stick the nozzle through, sometimes the bees will propolize these, and I've got to clean them out before I put this in. Otherwise, the propolis will gum up the end of the nozzle here, and sometimes it'll build pressure in the chamber and pop that lid off. And if I've got any liquid from the tablet, it'll kind of spray, which is a hazardous situation. So I try to be as safe as I can, and that's one way I do it. That one's already got a board. That works. Kind of dirty. I'm going to put a fresh one in, or at least cleaner than that one, so we can look for mite drop on this one as well. If I wanted to be super particular about this, I'd plug these holes up. Whenever I had normal bottom boards, I would just shove a rag in there to keep the vapors in. Alright, that was the last one here today. So I'm just going to plug this, let this cool off while I put everything away. I like to keep sort of a toolbox for my mite treatment kit. I'm going to put these tablets back in this sealed bag that they come in, keep them from getting any moisture in them. Well, that's it for the day. I'll be back in 4 days to do my second round in my spring treatment. And like I said, I do that for a total of like 6 times. So I'll do what you saw here today in each yard every 4 days as the weather and my schedule permit. I try to be consistent with it. I think consistency is one of the biggest things when it comes to treating for mites, whatever method that you choose to use. So that's it here in my apiary today. See you guys in the next video.